welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Pros and Icons with us, and he can say his name and what he does in the band.
What's up? My name is Lenny J. I play guitar in Pros and Icons.
Awesome. So my first question, Lenny, I ask this to every band. How did you start out Pros and Icons? How'd you get your members?
So it was kind of like weird fate, actually, if that's a thing. You know, it's a thing if you want to get into that. But Nico and Joey Dean went to the same college, but I was visiting their college, and I started hanging out with Nico, and then we started writing music, and he said, hey, I know a singer, and we're like, okay, let's try out Joey, and here we are.
That's awesome. And
So, yeah.
what bands, I guess, what bands did you guys like kind of all get involved with? Like, who are some I guess, like, how did that conversation go about? Because it just seems like everything kind of happened all at once, so like you said, almost like a fate sort of thing.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy how it all happened. Nico and I were writing songs for fun. We were writing pop songs, and then we were writing them while writing like these really heavy metal songs, like death metal songs. And then it almost was like we combined both, and then that made the Pros and Icons sound, which is what you do get in songs like Catch Me and everything. But yeah, we were listening to so many different artists at that time. It was 2013, 2014, so we were really in like artists like One Republic and Fun, and Gaga was doing her thing. So it was a really interesting time for pop, and we were all drawing inspirations from those artists, which we believe offer a little more than the average artist. So that's what we were listening to.
Awesome. So my next question, Lenny, I always ask this in interviews as well, but what are some favorite venues you guys like to play shows at or catch a show at in your free time?
Whenever we're playing, we love New York City. It's where we're from. We played Hammerstein Ballroom. We played Santos Party House Studio at Webster Hall, Long Island. So those venues, you know, hometown venues, those are always our favorite. You know, and we're always at shows hanging out, whether it's at the Garden, Gramercy Theater, or wherever it may be in the country. Honestly, we're always traveling too.
There we go. Awesome. So speaking about the venues, what was the last show that you attended?
Last show I attended was actually with all the guys. We went to see a group called Chase Atlantic
Sick. Yep.
We performed with them on Warped Tour. It was a lot of fun, and we wanted to check out the lineup because the opening act, Riley, was also on Warped Tour. So we got to hang out with them during the summer, and it was cool to say what's up, you know, and we love their music. We think they're doing something cool for bands, as we're trying to do in their realm of like the R&B, hip-hop, darkness of like the Weeknd realm, and we're more, you know, the rocky pop side, like more of like an edgy One Direction as opposed to an edgy The Weeknd, you know. But like in the same sense, The Weeknd and One Direction are mainstream pop as Chase Atlantic and Pros and Icons do for mainstream bands. So that's the last show we attended, Chase Atlantic.
Awesome. I've touched on it a little bit. But what are some of your musical influences? I guess you could speak for the band as well. What are some of the bands that you guys just kind of like were influenced by?
Well, again, I think this is what makes Pros and Icons sound so unique. You know, Joey, I know he grew up listening to Elvis. He loves Elton John, you know, the classics like that. And Nico grew up listening to everything from the Ramones to Green Day, and then we all love Linkin Park. And then even on the pop side with Tylo liking John Bellion, and you know, our tastes really go from everything. You know, we love hip hop, Drake, Future, but then you'll catch us listening to Bring Me the Horizon or A Day to Remember. So, you know, it's a very odd mix. And you know, what is Pros and Icons? The sound that you hear in songs like Catch Me and everything, you hear guitars, yet pop, yet sub bass and hip hop, but then walking bass lines. You know, there's everything in there, literally.
Awesome, awesome. My next question to follow up the influences, who have you been jamming recently? Like who's on your Spotify? Who have you been just like jamming out to?
Man, Panic's new album has been
Ooh,
on.
okay.
Yeah, High Hopes and Hey Ma Look I Made It. That's my jam right now. I know Tylo and I have been bumping that. We were just in LA, out doing some music, and we were blasting that record. Scorpion by Drake. That record's been awesome. John Bellion just dropped an album. We've been excited for that, and so those are a few we've been jamming to. There's so much music coming out right now. Even Ice Nine Kills just dropped an album, and so it's a cool time for music right now. And where those are some we're listening to right now.
Awesome, awesome. I'm sure you're stoked for the new Bring Me the Horizon record. I know. I assume you
Oh
probably
yeah,
listened to the new singles that have been out, so
oh
I'm
yeah.
definitely stoked for
Right.
it.
Oh, I'm so excited. I love what they're doing. That's the spirit, really. That's a huge influence on us, and their music is a great example of again, to me they're like Chase Atlantic is to the weekend. You got Bring Me the Horizon doing something for rock in a way, like that metal scene has that pop influence in a way, and then they also stay heavy but yet so unique with like Mantra and stuff. And again, they're one of those artists that we really respect because we think they're pushing the envelope, and we strive to do that.
Awesome, awesome. I can see parallels to what you guys are coming up with. I definitely checked it out, and I felt like I drew
Yeah.
comparisons to that. So, I always
So,
gotta show love. But I love Bringing the
oh yeah, oh,
Horizon.
yeah, of course, of
I'm
course.
gonna I'm hopefully gonna go check them out in New York City because that's the closest date coming to
I,
me. So,
I might go check it out too. So maybe I'll catch you there. It'll be sick.
hey, there we go.
Hey,
Awesome. My next question is a fun one. If you guys could pick a song to cover, what song would it be?
wow, that there's so many songs to choose from. I know one we always wanted to do was actually "The Ghost of You" by Mike Hem.
Oh, classic.
We thought we could do something nice with that, and so that's one we've always wanted to. "Breaking the Habit" was another one from Linkin
Oh,
Park. That's one we would love to cover. And honestly, I would even love to tap into some Bring Me the Horizon too. But yeah, there's so many options.
you should definitely. I feel like you should do. I know a lot of people do go to you, but I feel like you guys would put a really cool spin on it. So
Well,
maybe you might have to like, put something out on Facebook or like Instagram, let people know what you should do next for a
yeah,
cover.
hey, we're always looking to take requests, and we're starting to utilize IGTV,
Oh,
and
okay.
we're putting up. We've been filming lots of like 1 minute, 1 to 2 minute versions of our own songs, and we think we're gonna do a bunch of covers too, and we're gonna really get to explore how you'll literally see us playing Catch Me, and then the next minute will be Bring Me the Horizon, then we might do Elton John. But it'll all sound pros and icons. So, yeah, we'll definitely take requests for that. So,
Awesome, awesome. My next question, Lenny, a fun one. Favorite food to eat?
favorite food to eat? Definitely anything Italian. Me
Oh,
personally, I know Joey loves that too. When we play shows and we get the rider for the food and everything, we make sure there's some form of like chicken franchise or chicken parm. Though Joey can't have cheese before he eats, so he gets stuck with the grilled chicken beforehand. But Italian food, you can never go wrong,
awesome, awesome.
or halal.
Ooh, ooh, halal. I got you.
After bringing Horizon, we'll go get some halal.
Yeah, awesome, awesome. My next question, Lenny, if you got to pick somebody to work with, whether it be a producer or a guest vocalist on your next record, who would you guys want to work with?
We talk about this all the time, but for pop, we would say probably Max Martin.
Ooh,
He's a great
good choice.
producer. Either he's the goat, whether it's pop artists. There's so many. Sia would be crazy. She's nuts. I think hearing our production and how Joey Dean sings mixed with Sia would be crazy. But so many, man, Drake, I would love that. You know, A Day to Remember. We really want to break boundaries and do things like mixing those two. Like, why can't I hear these rumors of Bring Me the Horizon and Post Malone, and I think that's what music needs right now, and that's what we would do, you know, because where a lot of people don't know where Pros and Icons sits. Like, are we rockers? Or are we like pop? And that's exactly what we're trying to do. We love that the pop people like us, and then the rockers like us. So, you know, combining everything is the key.
Yeah, I definitely feel like you kind of have that genre blending sort of feel. I mean, I'm not the type of person to, like, put a label on a band. It's just good music. Like, I'm gonna listen to it.
Exactly.
But I got respect that you guys kind of bring that sort of pop element, that pop influence, but to also have that sort of like edge of rock. Not, I'm not saying that it's just because we're doing this interview. I'm saying it because I mean it as a fan. So
Oh, well, thank you so much.
definitely go listen to their stuff. But my next question is, if you play another musical instrument besides the one you play now, what would it be?
For me, I know I would love to play drums in a band, but on my own time, I think piano is the greatest instrument because you could play any song on piano and it sounds great. You know, it sounds cool. And for the other guys, I know they love piano, violin. Tylo even has a background with tuba. So there's so many instruments for us to name. But we are fans of strings, piano, you know, very emotional sounding things.
Maybe we'll get some on that icon record.
You never know to do anything. We'll make it work.
Awesome, awesome. My next question, Lenny. I'm a huge nerd, so I always love asking this question. If you could be a video game character, who would it be?
I would be Sora from Kingdom Hearts. I feel like that's me, honestly. You know, gotta be careful in the music industry. The bigger the light, bigger the shadow. Never forget that. Um, but yeah, I know Joey is a huge video game nerd too, and he is all about video games. Like Dot Hack is his favorite, and so he probably has people he would name. So I don't want to pick for him, but I know Sora as well. And so, you know, this is another conversation we could talk about video games all night. So,
Hey, listen, I'm
Sora.
down. Maybe round two, pros and icons is gonna be about video games.
It could be. We could do, man, you don't even know. We're just huge nerds making music and
I,
anime games. That's all
you'll
we
respect this, you know. Gotta hit it with that OG shit. But
Yeah, yo, right here, man, look, check it out, right here, I got my Donkey Kong plush, man. We got Sora right here, right
oof,
in front of the studio,
it's looking
always chilling.
spicy.
Yeah, we got Kyrie, too.
Uh,
Can't forget about the OG. We're born the same year, man, Sonic. So, you know, video games right here in the studio. It goes hand in hand. Our music is greatly influenced by video game music. That music is so emotional, like the Kingdom Hearts theme or the Donkey Kong music. You know, David Wise is crazy and so innovative to make that music. And, you know, that video games are such a huge part of our sound. And people, you know, most people, I guess, don't realize how crazy video game music is. It's very much like movie music. You know,
yeah,
like if you took music out of TV and movies, like people don't realize it's so boring and empty. Same with video games, and you know those video game how you know dramatic they are. They're usually often dramatic. We put that in our music, and people often joke with my production. They're like, "Oh, it sounds like Donkey Kong, but pop, but also video game, but it's catchy and it's pop music, but it's rock." And same thing with Nico, and especially Joey, always referencing anime themes and everything. So it all comes together. So that's something unique about Pros and Icons. Not only is it Bring Me the Horizon and Elton John, it's also Kingdom Hearts music, you know?
I feel that. Can't wait for Kingdom Hearts 3. Oh,
Oh yeah,
now
I,
I feel like I didn't even have to ask you that. You just knew. But
oh yeah, I'm ready. I'm so ready.
that's definitely cool. I always love hearing when bands have that sort of influence from video games, because obviously it means a lot to me. I feel like obviously it's so impactful to bands. If the bands like that type of music and played video games at that time, so it's cool that you guys put that in your music. And maybe when I go back and listen to stuff, I'm gonna have to think
Yeah,
in that mentality.
definitely with Catch Me. Listen to the verses of Catch Me. You'll hear very video game Donkey Kong like atmospheric things and plucks and little melodies in there. And the reason for that is I always admired how, when I was little listening to that music, I felt nostalgic. But how could I feel nostalgic at 5 years old? There was like no life before that, pretty much. But it always felt a certain way, and I would even pause the games and do my first grade homework listening to that music. And I didn't touch a guitar or instrument till 18ish, so back then I knew that music was powerful. And here we are 20 years later, and that music is still influencing me, and I feel the same way, and so does Nico and Joey and Tylo. And with that, we put that feeling of nostalgia and hope in our music in songs like Catch Me, and even the lyricism, Catch Me If You Can, like I can make it like positive messages. Often Pros and Icons songs aren't about love or relationships, which is kind of odd if you think about it. Like our whole album is about perseverance and believing in yourself and overcoming something, and that's part of our brand. And that video game music ties into nostalgia when you were a kid, and things were great then, and it can be now. And doing music, we get to play video games more as well. And it's all around messages, just have fun. And that's how video games, though looked at as video games, it has a huge meaning to us of preserving your childhood and having fun, because they always say, when you're a kid and you played video games, the best years of your life. But Pros and Icons wants you to know, like, every year is the best year of your life. So that's a message we push. And again, video games lets you bring that forward with that music and that influence. So hey, there's a lot deeper meaning in there, and I hope people hear that.
That's some great insight, Lenny. Definitely, I believe in that positive outlook. You got to look at life with, glass half full. So,
Sure.
definitely gotta show respect to that. Shout outs to all that sort of stuff, and obviously being a kid and having that kid at heart mentality. So definitely great. But getting back to more of the music related questions, in your opinion, who puts on a great live show?
Who puts on a great live show?
Correct. Yeah, like bands that you've seen live.
Oh man, definitely Motley Crue.
Oh, okay.
Pros and Icons really admires the energy of the 1980s rock and roll scene back on the Sunset Strip and in New York City, like the Limelight and the clubs where Van Halen would play, because those shows, people would go out and party, you know?
Yeah.
And Motley Crue still would do that live. They retired or whatever they're doing, but their shows are fire, and it's so extra. You got backup singers and girls dancing, and not just like provocatively dancing, it's just like extras dancing like a whole show. And that energy, everyone was out having a party and a good time, and even continuing that youth mentality. We had good times then, and then we get older and we went out as teenagers getting older, and why not at shows continue that? I feel like there aren't really those rock stars out there, or the shows with where everyone's going out partying and having fun. And Motley Crue has been doing that for 30-40 years, and we really look up to their live show and their energy from 1980 till now. That is somebody who we love their live show.
Awesome, awesome. That's cool. I'm glad that you're keeping that party life, that rock star life
Yeah,
mentality going.
yeah. It's not, not even again, not even partying. Like I'm getting wasted.
But just have a good time.
Yeah, just why can't you go out and have fun? Like I feel like shows are like, oh, we're going to see a show, and you're gonna go there and they're gonna perform, and you're gonna sit there, and then they sing it. You sing with them. But at our shows, we want people dancing.
We want
Like,
people to move, like have a good time.
yeah, exactly. And we tell people like, go grab a drink right now, sing along, repeat this. We during our live show, man, we program lights and smoke like geysers. We bought all our own lights. We bring it to every show. They're set up in our session to sync with our tracks, and
That's tight.
we provide a whole like experience during our show with synchronized choreography, and bringing all that together. We definitely bring something to the live show that's different. We bring a party and a lot of fun, and we tell them kill the house lights, kill the venue lights. We'll take care of it for the next 40 minutes, and it really is something different. And a lot of adults actually come up to us after the show, and they're like, "Hey, this really reminded me of when I went to shows." And like that's the honestly, all the fans are, of course, the number one amazing thing, but it's so different and cool getting this common theme of adults coming up to us and enjoying the live show, saying it reminds them of when they went out as teens, and we're like, well, there it is, you know?
You hit it. You got it.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'll have to hopefully because we're pretty close. I'm from New Jersey, so I'll have to come catch you guys at a show, maybe in Philly,
Oh,
something like
oh yeah.
that.
Always have Voltage Lounge. We packed that out with Aaron Carter. That was sick. That was a lot of fun. Our boy Sean there always hooks us up. And then, yeah, we'll be in Jersey. We'll be in Philly again soon. We're going to be doing Brooklyn very soon. We have so much we're announcing. So I think we're going to be bumping into each other a little bit now.
Oh yeah, we will definitely. I'm so stoked to meet you. But my next question is another fun one. If you could compile a dream tour, who'd be on it?
We talk about this too. We are ideally it would be so cool to do us Bring Me the Horizon. Unfortunately, Lincoln Park would be one. They were our number one. We always said we want to have a festival of Lincoln Park, Bring Me the Horizon, and us, like as a huge thing. Really bringing together the worlds of rock, pop, and even maybe throwing 21 Pilots on there and Panic, and really just pushing bands. And that's a tour we always wanted, though. Linkin Park, Bring Me the Horizon, Pros and Icons. That would be cool.
That would be tight. Shouts to Chester, rest in peace. But
Yeah.
gotta show love to one of the
Always.
the bands of my formative years. So
Of
I
course.
gotta show the love. But another fun question, Lenny. Favorite TV show, favorite movie.
Favorite TV show? Probably like Family Guy or something. It's just funny. An American Dad or Archer. But as a band, we do love the Carbonaro Effect. It's a magic
Oh
show.
yeah, that's
Oh
great.
yeah, we really enjoy magic. We have a close friend named Frankie Fodi from LA. He's a magician, and we got into the Carbonaro Effect, and so that became like a band thing
That's
of
tight.
magic. So that's a show we dig. And a movie, I mean, my favorite movie is Jurassic Park.
Oof.
But the other guys, I'll let them. There's man. I could list all the different movies they like because I'm with them every single day. Like I could tell you their favorite foods, who likes peanut butter, who likes sriracha. That's Nico. But it all depends. Like again, Disney movies are our favorite as well because of the soundtracks from Elton John for Lion King, Phil Collins with Tarzan.
Oh,
So, we like everything. So
Awesome, awesome. My next question, Lenny, if you were stuck on a desert island and you could only bring one album with you for the next month, what album would it be?
For me, it would probably be Some Nights by Fun.
Ooh,
That
okay.
that's an album. That's an album that when I heard it, I was like, "Oh, you could do that with music." Well, I was like, "That's kind of cool," and it truly changed my life, like with the production and the writing. So I've actually been listening to that album for the last like 2 weeks. I don't know what sparked it up again, but yeah, some nights that'll get me through most nights.
Yeah, no pun intended, right?
Yeah,
That's super cool because like I feel like that band. I don't know if they're still doing anything, but I feel like they're one of those bands that was just like kind of like they had their big moment with some nights, and they had like like they had their big moments with songs, but then they kind of like dropped off, and like you said, I went back and listened to it, and I'm like, man, this is really good, and just like the way it's arranged, like the way it's just done, I think is just phenomenal. So I have to agree with you. Phenomenal record. But lastly, Lenny, the most important thing, tell them about Pros and Icons, where they can find you at, and anything coming up next month and into the new year.
all right, well, we're Pros and Icons. You could find us at prosandiconsmusic.com. That's our website where you could watch Catch Me. Our video just came out. It's one of our singles off of Iconic, our debut album. We produced it ourselves. We wrote it. Everything you hear from our covers as well. On YouTube, we even mix and master our stuff. We are on Spotify, anything streaming, Apple Music, Google, all that. Find us there, stream Iconic, and we release an acoustic version of Catch Me as well. So that's where you can find everything, really. And I don't think I left anything out.
Well, if you did, links are in the description where you can find about Pros and Icons, their music, anything coming up in terms of tours,
Yeah, that'll
things
be announced soon.
things of that nature. That will all be below. Please go give them a like, go give them a subscribe, go check out their music. I think they're really doing some awesome stuff. I think they kind of blend that pop sort of aesthetic with some really great rock, and like almost like Bring Me the Horizon-esque moments. So go check out their music, go check out their EP. It's phenomenal stuff. Shouts to Becky. She's the best. I love her. She
Becky.
is so cool. And I always gotta show love to those people that do that. So if you enjoyed this interview, make sure to subscribe, share it. It goes a long way. And thanks to Lenny, of course, and Pros and Icons for coming on.
Thank you.
All right, Lenny, we are all good. Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, of course. If you enjoy what we do, make sure to go check out the other series we do. We do album reviews, we do band interviews, and we do live videos, so definitely go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps our channel, helps us grow. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Go follow us on social media. That's all down below. We try to keep that as updated as possible. We also made a new website where we'll be posting photos of upcoming concerts and stuff like that, which you can go check out at audioaddictionmedia.com, and come get your fix with us, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.